let's talk a little Shohei. Let's make this feel organic.
Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani, one of the most popular baseball players in the world, if not the
Japanese Babe Ruth.
Allegedly,
the Clark.
his translator stole, was it 150 million?
What?
From him?
I ain't know
What?
that much.
It was. I'll
I thought
check.
it was 150,000, but maybe I'm
Bro,
wrong.
but get your letters right. Is that a T or an M?
Let me
That
get
is a big difference.
Let me get.
I thought it was like four something million maybe.
Okay, it's behind a paywall.
Okay. So,
Stole
millions of dollars.
He stole a lot of money.
White trash.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Paywall gets us again.
Right.
From Shohei. Now, a lot of people, though, are saying
Hey,
that
man.
he is being thrown under the bus
Hey, man.
for Shohei's gambling addiction.
Oh,
Hey,
a
man.
twist.
And they are saying that all of this money that he stole
Uh-huh.
is money that Shohei Ohtani lost on gambling, but has blamed his interpreter so that baseball doesn't kick him out.
So let's get a couple things here for the
Jail.
baseball.
Put him in the under the jail.
Let's get some clarity for non-baseball fans here to make sure we clear something here who are listening.
So, out of all the things you can do in baseball that
Yeah.
are terrible and you can survive,
Okay.
gambling has been the one thing
You
that
cannot
you
survive.
cannot do. Pete Rose,
Gambling on your
Yourself.
games?
gambling on baseball,
On any game?
on any game,
game.
specifically yourself.
Okay.
But
any game,
Pete
anything.
Rose, one of the greatest hitters of all
One of
time,
the greatest all time.
not in the Hall of Fame,
Stupid.
We'll never be
banned-
in the Hall of
will
Fame.
never be
That's really
banned
insane.
for
They'll
life.
put him when he's dead.
No, he won't. No.
That's so dumb.
There'll be a postpartum,
That may be one of the dumbest
but like
sports things I've
they
ever
won't
heard.
let him like officially attend game. Like he would have
Yeah.
to buy his own ticket.
He gambled on Pete Rose.
He gambled on his own games
own
when he was a
games.
manager.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Now, to
Oh.
Pete Rose's credit,
He was like, I said we're gonna win.
he said, he
Oh, he was betting to win?
he
Yeah.
bet himself to win
Man,
every
let-
single
I ain't
time.
even got time. We ain't got time. Carry on.
We don't have time.
We ain't got time.
So a lot of people are saying that Shohei, addicted to gambling, a lot of betting debts, blamed this on his translator. And
Cover up his gambles.
to cover up.
man.
his
But we have no
gambling.
evidence of which one is
Yes,
true
we
yet.
do.
Oh, we do?
You know the evidence?
What we got?
Why would your translator have access to your funds?
Great point.
Why does
Great
his
point.
job ends once the cameras
Stop
are
it.
off?
This is a great point.
Why would I? Listen,
This is a great point.
I guarantee you, he knows his translator less than I know everyone
Exactly.
here. None of y'all would
I-
ever have access to my funds. And I
I-
know I trust y'all more than he trusts
100%
his
fact.
Sorry,
translator.
I did have the numbers wrong.
Okay.
4.5 million.
That's what I heard,
Still a
yeah.
lot of money. Still a lot of money.
To Dave's point, though,
Okay.
I know within the Braves organization,
Okay.
the translators, and he's exactly right. Like
Mm.
they're not part of the
Your-
individual team. Like
No.
the team hires these people
Contractors
to,
at best.
to be like run with that
For
person.
me-
And I will
yeah,
say
exactly.
yes,
They're on
but
the media
this is
team.
a guy that
Right.
Shohei brought in.
So
Okay.
they have some type of relationship.
Even still.
They're buddies.
Hey,
Allegedly.
They were buddies.
No.
I think
still.
they're still
Why-
buddies.
why-
If anything, they're closer friends now.
Even if your friend, none of my friends have access to my funds.
None. Zero.
That is a weird. And that unless the only friend that would be a friend who is a
financial
some sort-
advisor.
His main job. Can't
And we
be,
have
"I speak
contractually
for you."
put on paper what
He-
your job is.
Ain't nothing when he applied for the translator job, it
Right.
wasn't like I also dabble in finance.
Talk it.
He just a translator.
Talk that talk.
So why is he Shohei, man?
Oh,
Maybe
no.
this is me as a Braves fan.
Say it.
You got to go to jail. You got to
Oh.
be done with baseball. I
Jail?
need you.
You don't
I
mean
need
real
you-
jail.
I want him to go to real jail. I just want him not to play this year or any other year. If I'm being honest.
Not jail.
I don't-
For
what-
gambling?
Okay, yeah, yes.
People don't go to jail for gambling.
I want him not able to play baseball.
Okay, all right.
Whatever that. If it's
What?
jail, it's jail.
Wait a minute.
Baseball
What?
jail and take Freddie Freeman
Hold on.
with
Are
you.
y'all all on the same page about this rule? We're
No,
gambling?
I'm not.
What's your stance on it?
I mean, he should not be able to play baseball.
That's the same team.
Oh, I thought I'm not in the jail. I'm not on
he's
jail
not trying
team.
to
No, we're
jail.
past jail.
He's
You
not
want him
trying-
to stop his career?
As a
He-
Braves
he
fan,
shouldn't be-
absolutely. I don't want that smoke no more. I don't want to have to worry about.
It's
I'm
that.
looking right at you,
Okay.
Joe.
It's against the rules to bet.
I love addiction stuff, so I think it's pretty cool. I love being addicted. to
Wait
things.
a
I'm really
minute.
good at it.
Hey,
Well, okay, because here's the
Wait
thing.
up.
Whether you agree that whether it should be a rule, that's a different conversation.
Sure.
It is a rule and has been a rule and is really the only
So
rule
this
that Major
podcast is
League
just
Baseball-
rule followers. Is that what we're saying in this podcast?
I'm saying if you
Let's be very clear, because you brought up is a rule is only a rule.
if you are agreeing to play Major League Baseball,
Oh, get out of here with that take.
And also, you've got the richest contract
outta
in
here with that
baseball
take, my
history.
man.
So can I the chronology?
Chronological.
See redneck.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Was it that he got mad that the money was stolen and then it became a story, or was it that
Good
his
question.
interpreter got in trouble for gambling and
And
then
then
the
tie
money
back.
started to we started to
back.
follow the money, and then it was like, oh, this money came from Shohei.
Simon Stevens did say allegedly his translator was essentially his assistant and right-hand man while he focused
Too
on
many
baseball.
jobs, Shohei. You got one person
you for that,
doing too
Simon.
many jobs.
Yeah.
Also, who's your financial guy that's just like, where's this money going?
from?
Yeah,
Give me this $1 million.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, I don't buy it for 1 second that he's not somehow involved because that I don't care if you're handling your
I would
right
agree with
hand
that.
man.
I would agree with
none of
that.
You shouldn't have access to my money like that.
All
Agree
I
with that
know,
point.
I mean, Pete Rose had a great quote
What is that?
where he said, "I wish I had an interpreter." He
He
said, "I'd be." He said, "I'd be in the Hall of Fame if I had had an interpreter."
yeah.
There are other places. So there are other things to gamble on. Like that's my thing. Is he could if he wants to gamble, he has every right to gamble on every other.
I just want to make sure
sport.
I'm clear what you're saying, which is fine, and we'll disagree. But I want to make sure I have clarity
I
on
was
that. Are you going to
I
keep
was
going?
gonna finish.
Oh, please.
So you can gamble on every other sport.
Yes.
You just cannot gamble on the sport that you have inside knowledge on.
Uh-huh.
Like you have a competitive advantage against everyone else.
Man, I wish that
Betting.
worked for Congress.
You have.
sidebar.
You have.
It should.
Are you saying that?
By
for
the way,
ba-
there are also laws
It's the
in
exact
Congress that
same
people
thing.
should also go to jail.
Or
for.
you should have. You talking about in baseball? You talking about all sports?
All sports.
Pretty
all
much all
sports
sports,
you
yeah.
should not be able, and you can't in
Yeah,
America.
bet on your-
You cannot bet on your sport.
Yeah, I disagree with that, but I hear you. That's
You
good.
think
Good
you
to
should
know.
be able to bet on a sport you're playing?
Absolutely.
You
hold
you
on.
believe? Let me be clear.
I wanna hear
You
this out.
believe that you should be able to bet on yourself to win. That's where you're drawing. Because are you okay with if
Let's
Shohei
put LeBron.
put $1 million down that the Braves were gonna beat the Dodgers
While he's pitching
in the
or
and
whatever.
he
No.
throws the game?
No. That's different. That's
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's very
That's
different.
betting on the sport
No,
you're
it's very
playing.
different. Let me finish here. So if I say the Pirates are going to beat the Reds,
Yep.
I play for neither team. I have no dog in that race. I don't have anybody.
But if you
so
know,
I'm perfectly fine
if
with
you,
that.
if your
But-
best friend is a
Yeah.
relief
Not- it's
pitcher
not me.
for
I care less. It's
the
not me.
for the Indians,
Doesn't
or
bother
whoever
me.
you just
But
said.
as a sport, they can't allow that. Even I
No,
get
no.
it. They can't
I
allow
agree with
it.
that, and my statement also is what it is.
Yeah.
I
You know,
I
you
agree with
can't-
that. What
they
the
can't-
institution can't do.
Yeah.
How I feel about it. I mean, I think this is one of the most.
Because then it becomes a he say like you're like, oh, I didn't have it. I didn't talk to that guy.
I hear
But
it.
then it's
Yeah.
too muddy. So
I'm
that's
all
why
out.
You can't have it.
Nah, you can have it. We all can have it in here. Yeah. So y'all all out. That's really interesting here. I thought we would all be on the same page.
Nope.
Player movement out here and processes out here. No, y'all like no gambling.
No
You gamble,
gambling
don't
on
you
your
gamble?
Gamble on
Of
some other
course,
sport.
I
And
gamble.
that's how I know
don't.
he-
I
that's how I
cannot.
know-
I'm not. I cannot affect the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I'm not on the team, I'm not affecting the game.
But you
Bro.
could say that your friend calls you who's a starting
I
pitcher.
could
and goes,
also could be allowed.
Hey, I'm hurt, so bet on the other team tomorrow because I'm not pitching.
Yeah, that's
well."
a hypothetical. It's thousands of
It's
players.
but it's not really a
You can't
hypothetical
op- but
because
I'm
that
saying
kind of
you can't
stuff
open that
happens.
bag. If
you can't open the bag. We got a lot of bags.
Brian,
That,
you
first
can't.
time-
we got a lot of bags in America that are open.
What I'm
Gambling
saying
on a
is
sport.
because it was-
It's a pretty small bag
Because
we
it
can
was
open.
opened last time when the White Sox were in the World Series in the 1900s.
Nobody
That's
cares.
when it was. But I'm saying that's when it
That's
was
the precedent.
opened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Nobody
White
cares about
Sox
1900.
threw the World Series
Sure.
because
They were gambling.
they were gambling.
So nobody in the Hall of Fame has done steroids or cheated.
I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is that this has been a rule for.
So
a
this
while.
is right. So
Throwing
the
game-
line is
no,
murky.
No.
The line is
No,
murky.
it's not
Let me just say
murky.
this real quick.
Are we
Nobody's-
talking about breaking
let me
rules
say-
or
let
not?
Let that
Nobody
go,
is
let that
taking
go.
steroids
Let
to
that-
be
let that
worse
go.
at baseball.
Yeah, that point. No one. They're trying
Is
to
that
get-
against the rules?
No, it wasn't always.
Obviously, it is.
Thank you.
That does just all right. There's different. Like one, if I'm trying to get a competitive advantage, I'm still trying to win. The act of losing the game on purpose.
I've said nothing. I have personally. I might have never said nothing about actively trying to.
I
lose
know,
that
but
game.
I'm
Also-
just saying. In the same way we're saying
connected.
Aziz is not Louis. I'm
Right.
saying this isn't that.
Also, to go
That's
with
what
your
I'm saying.
steroid point, the steroid rule in baseball has been fluid.
Sure.
It's changed at the times where guys have taken some
Sure.
of these now
the sport-
banned substances were not banned when they took them. Gambling has
Always.
constantly
So they
always
could
been
change the
banned.
rule because they have fluidity in their sport.
They could change the
All
rule
right,
if they
so they
wanted
could
to.
change this rule too if they wanted to.
But
I
it's
don't
a
think-
good rule.
Yeah. I don't
yeah,
think
we would
they
disagree on that, but we can move on out here. That's funny. That's good. That's
Taman
good to
just
know.
wants the mob controlling every single sport.
You see the chains?
Mob.
You
I
see
don't
the
know anything about a
tracksuits
mob.
coming?
I don't know
Yeah.
about a, what's
Hey,
a
man.
mob.
That's what it is. They,
And that's what a mob person would say.
The mob. That's a funny statement out here.
That's what
I mean,
the mob
that's
person
who
would say.
paid the White Sox.
Exactly.
To
You
blow
keep bringing
the
up
World Series.
1900s, but I don't go back in history like that.
No,
Wasn't a good
it's-
time.
it-
for
But
that.
I'm
Set a
saying that's the
precedent.
origin of this rule.
I don't
so-
care about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't care.
Keep
So-
going.
How I
yeah,
forgot.
that's like
My
You would
bad.
like to-
Yeah,
if
you
would
bring
like
up the
to steer away-
Drive the
1900s.
bus.
I'm so sorry for bringing up context
Yeah,
to
nobody cares
my-
about the
my
context about
opinion.
that.
I think the context is great.
1900s.
You
I think
think
it's
It kind of matters here.
No,
I think-
it doesn't
I think
matter
we're
at
all-
all. You
I
got the
think
best.
we're all
Y'all
pro
want to talk
context.
about being baseball, the best sport ever, but you're taking the best player out the game for gambling.
And because I
Yeah,
don't,
everybody gambles in America. We're pro gambling
Yeah.
as
Just-
a country.
Just not on your own thing.
It's a whole sport.
that's
Bunch of
also
teams
how,
that
that's
don't
also
play.
how I know he did it
Yeah.
because again,
I think we all agree that he did do it. We're on the same page about that.
If you have an addiction, gamble on anything else.
Anything else.
Exactly.
So to
Go
do
play
it,
golf.
There's
Yeah.
horse racing everywhere.
Yeah.
Or just do it in something I know. You know
Look,
what I'm saying?
Would it? I think like Michael historically, MJ is historically a massive gambler.
Facts.
He would gamble before games,
addict.
throwing dice,
Facts.
like play
Heavy.
hundreds of thousands of dollars. Justin
Facts.
Thomas famously just gave an interview where he said he bought his first car as a teammate of Michael Jordan playing golf, and that money that he won that day bought his first car.
Sure.
So, like, you can find ways to gamble. What
100%.
MJ never did was gamble on the games that he actually had control of.
Sure.
I just think that is the right way to go about it. You
Sure.
can gamble. No
Yeah.
one's saying you can't gamble,
Yes, we're all
Yeah,
saying
Charles Barkley.
we're all saying
gambling
the same
addict.
thing except for one small point, which is fine.
which is Shohei should be banned.
put him under the jail.
Shohei should be
Under the
perfectly
jail.
Put him
playing
under the
perfectly fine.
jail. Take
Under
away
the jail
his
is
bat.
R. Kelly.
Yep.
He should be nowhere near R. Kelly.
All right, put him slightly above R. Kelly.
Get
In
him out of
in
there.
The sweet version.
You know
of the
who
Yeah.
else probably helped him out?
Who?
Was Freddie Freeman. So get Freddie Freeman
Nah,
out
we're not
of
gonna do
here.
that to
Anybody
Freddie.
else who
Not
cheat,
gonna do that
get
to
him
Charlie.
out.
all of them.
Any
We're not gonna do that
cheating,
to
get
Charlie.
it
That's
out.
helped him out.
Charlie's dad, we appreciate all
Anything
the
against the
hard work you
rules,
did.
shut it down.
All right, let's.
So that's the only thing that baseball bans is people who gamble. If people do anything else against the rules, they don't get
I mean,
banned.
now steroids are much
Not just
harsher.
steroids, anything else. They might break any other type of rules.
Yeah,
they
if
get
you, if
permanently
you are
banned.
physically abusive to women, you probably face a season-long ban.
Yeah, that DUIs.
Probably.
They're cracking
No,
down
no,
on DUIs.
They
yeah,
do.
DUIs and domestic abuse pretty much like if
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you was out here beating people.
Like, what's the picture that?
No.
just came back
That
from,
you
like,
went
4
out.
years
You went
out?
outside. You went outside
Bauer.
the game. Let me clarify, because that was a valid point. Inside the game, that's a human struggle.
Inside the game.
Inside the game.
Corked bats.
Cork bats.
They don't ban you for court, but you get suspended. They
You
don't
get
ban
suspended
you.
for corked bats. You get suspended for if
Resin
you're
on
a
your
pitcher for
hands.
gunk, stuff like that.
Mm.
I mean, baseball has always tried to get a competitive. I mean, at one point the curveball was illegal. So like baseball has always been sort of fluid, and players
Sort
have
of.
always pushed of what you can get away with to give you an advantage to win.
To win.
The problem is when a system is set up that gives you an advantage for losing. And that's
Exactly.
what gambling has tried to, and that's why they banned gambling. Steroids, nobody takes steroids to go, oh, I hope I lose this game.
Here's like the philosophical point for me. Gambling should be entertainment for those entertained by the game. The players of the game are being compensated to play the game, and everyone watching is entertained by the game. Gambling it adds a layer to that entertainment value if it's done well.
Sure.
And if it's not done well, it's an addiction that can ruin everything, person's life and the game. So that's where you have to you have to have some rules. You can't just have it an open season.
Yeah, and I got the
Otherwise it-
rules. I can't gamble against my team. That's the rule.